How's my hair? All right. Major expedition looming. How I prepare and equip my truck. 3 videos in 3 days. Time to get my cruiser ready for Trans-Australia. All of the modifications that I've done to the vehicle up to this point, I will show you all of those different bits and pieces as I get to do them. In the first video, where I'm going, my recovery equipment, how I get water into my truck, ablutions, my cooking grid, and whogivesacrap.org. Few things gives me as much pleasure as sitting with a pile of really wonderful maps plotting a route. I'm using HEMA's Great Desert Tracks series, and I must say, I think they're fabulous. I will be leaving Perth. I'll be driving to the easternmost point on the country, but I have a few things to do on the way. My idea is basically I'm going to take the main roads, not off the beaten track at all, on my route east, but I am going to drive the Nullarbor Plain. Google it. Nullarbor. It's been one of those words that has been on my mind since I learnt that my mother was Australian. The Nullarbor Plain. I'll be driving the Nullarbor and basically heading to Melbourne. In Melbourne, I'm attending the BF Goodrich launch of the new KM3 tyre. I'll be there for approximately 2 weeks. I then drive from Melbourne up to Byron Bay. Byron Bay is the most easterly point on the Australian mainland. And that's where the really interesting thing begins for me, because I will be then driving to the furthest, most westerly point, which is Shark Bay, which is up here, and I won't be following the blue line indicated on this map. What I'll be doing actually, I'll be going up to Brisbane, doing a meet and greet in Ipswich, and then travelling part of this up to about that point, and then heading across the Simpson Desert. The Simpson Desert is around here, and then I'll be ending that portion of the wilderness trip at Uluru. Ayers Rock, it's better known as Ayers Rock, proper name Uluru. I'll be visiting there, and for this piece from Byron Bay to Alice Springs, my daughter Kate will be joining me for that.
I'm authentic.
I'll be then dropping her off at Alice Springs. So I'll be doing this bit on my own, picking up Kate and doing this bit with Kate, then she will get on a plane to fly home from Alice Springs, and I'll be doing this bit on my own, which basically heads almost due west through the wilderness, absolutely remote area. And my route from Gun Barrel down to the main road, down to Wiluna, which is about here. I'm not sure of that at this moment, but I will be taking the wilderness routes all the way to Shark Island, the furthest most westerly point on the mainland. That begins in mid-April, and it will take me approximately 7 weeks. Total distance 11,000 kilometers, give or take. So for a big expedition like that, I like to actually unpack it, take everything out. Not everything, but almost everything out, and so then I can make sure that they're in. Then I remind myself exactly where they are. And so what I'll do now is I'll go through that with you, and I'll show you what I put in the truck and where I store it. Those of you who don't know about the vehicle that I'll be driving, you can look at a link above. I will link the playlist of the build of this vehicle, which happened from February 2017 and culminating in its first major expedition, which is the Canning Stock route, which is now linked above as well. I did that in July. So this is the 4th trip I've done it, but the 2nd major one. What do I put inside? Gas bottles. These containers are camp cover. They're actually designed to go in ammo boxes, and I use this kind of gas can. I like the smaller ones because bigger ones must be strapped down. These are disposable, and 3 of those I've got in total will easily last the trip. Okay, recovery gear. My recovery gear is nothing special. I have, I'll show it to you now, a recovery kinetic rope. It's a very good one. It's made by American Off-Road. That's in the one bag. I'll show you where I put it in a moment. This bag is a camp cover toiletry bag. And this is not toiletries. I have a pair of recovery gloves there. I have my winch controller. I have 3 rated bow shackles. And in here I have a pull strap that can also be used as a recovery tie strap. It has very little stretch. This here may interest you. I call it my water bag. It does not have any water in it, but it has means to get water into the vehicle. So for example, there is a bag of items that I might need at some stage in order to get water from a tap or whatever into my tank in the vehicle. And that is a multi-purpose all size connector. Alright, I can use it on many different tap fittings, and then I can put my hose on that, either using that or that. And I have a number of other fittings in here, a whole collection of them. I might find a tap with a small size, I might with a slightly bigger size, and with a much bigger size. So that's the collection. And in fact what I'll do is at this moment show you the hose pipe. That is designed specifically for that, and it actually is it's stored separately from that, because that's kind of varied. This stuff is in a location in the vehicle that is not particularly easy to get to. It's not difficult to get to, but it's not readily accessible. But unlike the hose pipe and this, it's stretchable. Can you see that? This is 5 meters long. It stretches to 15 meters long. So it's nice and compact, and it doesn't kink. So if you bend it, ordinary hose pipe kinks terribly. This doesn't kink. All right. So that I use in conjunction with that, and I should be able to get water out of most taps reasonably easily. I have a solar shower, typical solar shower. This one actually looks brand new. I think it must be. I've used these for years. Fill it up with water, put it in the sun for half an hour, and the water comes out nice and warm. I probably won't need it because I do have a hot water system in the vehicle. Again, a siphon tube if I need to siphon water. I have an electric pump as well with an immersible filter. I can double it up as a shower. I can now, because I have emergency water in separate tanks, if I need to get water from one tank to another, anything like that, electric. I can use a siphon. This is much easier. It's very light and simple, and all of this packs together in this one bag that I call my water bag. My water purification system is not in here. My water purification system is in my grab bag. First aid bag. It's starting to tear a little bit, but the contents of which is a separate subject altogether, but I do keep it in an interesting place. It goes in here, but there's a label here saying first aid kit under lid. You never know who may need it. This is a small shovel, familiar to many of you. So it's one of those guys, and it's for general fire duties around the fire, obviously for toilet duties and things like that. And that is in a place very easy to access at the back of the vehicle, and it combines with this, which is the, you're in a hurry and you need to get somewhere, dig a hole in a hurry. They are in a very convenient spot together. Oh, and that contains toilet paper and magic of the 21st century, wet wipes, which I find they're so efficient, so much more efficient than dry toilet paper, that in fact, in terms of the pollution and that kind of thing and leaving stuff behind, and better than dry. However, it doesn't burn. So it's a bit of a toss-up which to use. I should mention this now though. In my vehicle I carry this kind of toilet paper. Okay, it's called, and I'm not kidding, remember this is Australia, it's called whogivesacrap.org toilet paper. It has no bleach, no preservatives, whatever. It disintegrates immediately when it gets wet. So everything about it is highly biodegradable. And so that's why I use it, and I've got a whole lot in the vehicle. So those all go together. This is a cooking grid, and a rather nice one. I've had it for a long time. 15 more years I've used this, and it's been on all of the trips where I've been driving my own vehicle. It is collapsible, and inside it is a little triangle for putting on the fire. So you just put that over the fire and put your meat in there and cook with it, and it's collapsible. And it was designed by a lady called Charlotte Dutoy. She is no longer with us, which means, well, she died. I'm sure she's looking down from her campsite above. She was one of these people that was a real innovator of camping accessories. She loved things to be neat and efficient, and she came up with the concept of a small cooker like that, which takes up no space at all. Clips for the tie-dye rails inside the vehicle, so those clips there, and also some of those for tying things onto the roof. Right, that's just a bag of those, and they go in the back, together with extra tent pegs in case I need them. Gloves for around the campfire and picking up firewood, a mesh net for over the head, flies get bad. Again, I've had this for as was given to me when I started Forex Forum, which became Forex Overland in 1996. It's a video pressure gauge. I still use it today. And these go in my driver's door. I carry a small emergency towel, UHF radio. This is a GME 5-watt portable, and it mounts in the back for those times where I am maybe away from the vehicles with my camera and I can give instructions to driver, or I as a driver can give instructions to whoever is operating the camera. Sunscreen. Insecticides. These are hand bangles coated in insecticide. They're quite effective against mosquitoes. Small torch. Little LR10 night call lantern. I have 2 of them. The Snowmaster remote control for the fridge, and other bits and pieces. Right, I will show you what is in this drawer in a minute, but before I do that, I'm going to start putting some of this away. I have a charging system up top here. All my batteries and chargers and things go there. Okay, the emergency towel, that goes in the front. Right, overall, this is a bit of a mess. That goes in front as well. This goes in here. Let's start with, this is a right mess. Next time, my kitchen, reflectors, wheels and spares, portable toilet. It's more comfortable than squatting. Part of the packing process for me is always about, I look at the vehicle and think, what have I done to the vehicle that has not yet been on a trip? In other words, untested.